In this presentation, we are going to dissect and discuss Dr. Jose Rizal's letter to the women of Malolos, written in 1889. This is a powerful articulation of his views on the vital role of Filipino women in the nation's struggle for enlightenment and liberty, heavily critiquing the control of friars over the Filipino mind.
Rizal opens by recalling his long-held doubt, while writing Noli Me Tangere, about whether truly strong, independent women existed in the Philippines. He states that the prevalent characteristic was excessive submission and obedience to every word or request of the so-called spiritual father. He lamented that they were like wilted plants, sprouting and growing in the dark, lacking fragrance or substance. However, the news from Malolos, the women's courageous petition to open a Spanish language school, filled him with joy, proving him wrong. He immediately recognizes their value as partners in the struggle. We are encouraged. Danger is defied because you are our helpers. Our spirits are assured of victory.
His core argument here is the separation of divine and priestly authority. He asserts that the command of God is different from the command of the priest, and that true piety lies in good conduct, a clean heart, and upright judgment, not in prolonged kneeling, long prayers, or scapulars. Rizal defends the fundamental human right to reason and independent thought, stating that God gave everyone their own mind to distinguish from right and wrong, and that blind obedience is the root of wicked commands.
Rizal emphasizes the pivotal responsibility of the mother in shaping the nation's future. He argues that the country's current degradation is largely due to mothers who, out of misguided love, fail to teach anything but rituals, subservience, and superstition, like prayers, novenas, and miracles intended to fool people. He asks what kind of sons these women will raise, perhaps only sacristans, servants of the curate, or cockfighters. He emphasizes that the true sanctity as taught by Christ is deeds and not words, and is found in following what is right, regardless of the consequences. He fiercely criticizes the priest, avarice, and commercialization of religion, arguing that they exploit the poor by demanding alms and selling religious articles and indulgences. He rejects the image of God who is bribable, greedy for money, or who does not fatten on the blood of the poor. Ideal mother, he concludes, must raise their children with love of honor, true and chaste heart, clear mind, clean conduct, noble actions, love for one's neighbor, and reverence for the Creator. She must also strengthen their will against hardship and embolden their hearts against danger.
This section addresses the malicious slanders and mockery spread by the Spanish friars and officials about the supposed weakness and ignorance of Filipino women's character and honor. Rizal fiercely defends the women, noting that most of their mistakes are caused by naivety, excessive kindness, humility, or the blindness of schemes perpetrated by the friars themselves. Rizal then shifts to the woman's duty in choosing a partner and in marriage. He urges young women to demand a noble and honorable name, a strong heart, and a man who will not allow his children to be slaves. Do not surrender your maidenhood to a weak and timid heart. In marriage, the woman must be a supportive and courageous partner. She ought to help in all hardships, strengthen the man's heart, share the danger, console the sorrow, and scoff at grief. To illustrate this ideal, he holds up the women of Sparta as models of patriotism and honor, whose greatest pride was raising sons for the country's defense.
Rizal concludes with 7 powerful tenets that encapsulate his message, urging the women to think, reflect, inquire, and screen his words against the name of reason. These principles serve as a revolutionary creed. First, the cause of the treachery of some is in the cowardice and negligence of others. Second, the reason for one being oppressed is the lack of self-love and the excess of being dazzled by the oppressor. Third, ignorance is slavery. The blind follower of another's thought is like an animal following a tether. Fourth, he who wishes to save himself must help others save theirs. One twig is easily broken, but it's difficult to break a bundle of broomsticks. A call for unity.
If the Tagalog woman does not change, she should not raise children, for she will betray without knowing it. Man is born equal, naked, and without chains. It is not arrogance not to worship one's fellow man. Examine closely what religion is being taught to us, to see if your Christianity is not like a milking animal or a pig being fattened, which is not being fattened for the love of it, but to be sold for a higher price.